Good morning. I'm at Amsterdam Central Station and I'm running a bit late, so I'm going to do a voiceover to explain what I'm going to do. So, the day that I'm uploading this video, it's my birthday, meaning that I just turned 19 years old. And the ticket that I used to travel all around the country, which allows you to take an unlimited amount of journeys very cheaply, using NS in second class in a day, I can no longer use, as you can only use it up until your 19th birthday. So before turning 19 years old, I thought to do one final trip around the country, visiting my favorite places in the Netherlands with this ticket. And yes, I cannot do every amazing thing in the Netherlands in a single day, but I like these places the most, and you can easily visit them in a couple of hours from the major cities. And so with that, after a bit of struggle because of engineering works at Amsterdam Central Station, we are on our way to our first stop, being Utrecht. Utrecht Central Station is the busiest and largest train station in the Netherlands, and so you probably have to go through the station if you're going across the country. And it's actually a very amazing station. Oh, and one thing I cannot miss about the station: giant window to watch the trains go by. Train has arrived. And the reason that I came here is to take the ICE International to Munich. But I'm not going to take it all the way to Germany, just one stop to Arnhem. And these trains are in general more comfortable than the generic intercities in the Netherlands. And this train doesn't stop at any intermediate stops, while the intercities between Utrecht and Arnhem do. And so you have a 30-minute uninterrupted train ride through the countryside to Arnhem. And before you know it, we have already arrived at our next stop. Whew. I had a great nap. These trains are really comfortable. If you have the chance, take them. You can take these trains with any NS ticket. But if you do not have a subscription, you have to pay a €3 surcharge, which I did. Next up, we have to go to platform 4 to catch our local train to our next stop. If you come to Arnhem, it's the only city with a trolleybus network in the entire Benelux. And with that fact, we are continuing our journey to our next stop. And no, it's not the beautiful city of Nijmegen. We are going to a small, cute village in the middle of nowhere. But the train stops in the middle of nowhere. So we have to walk a bit next to the train tracks. And then after a bit of a walk, we have finally arrived at our next destination. So I'm currently in the beautiful fortified village of Ravenstein. It's not as fortified as during the Middle Ages, but you can see that the center of the village is still shaped in a fortress. So that's funny. And if you want to, there are still cannons in the city that you can visit. Unfortunately, they do not work anymore. From here, you can actually have a beautiful view of the bridge going over the Meuse River, which trains use. It's beautiful here. It's peaceful. Love it here. Just gonna walk a bit through the city and then go back to the train station. Absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going back to the station to our next destination. And a fun fact, which is a wet dream for every Not Just Bikes fan. This small station, which serves a very small village, has a train service every 30 minutes in each direction, even during the weekends and public holidays. And now we're going to our next stop, which is rather far, to say the least. And so we had to make a transfer at
Oudenbosch. Oudenbosch.
Actually, it's 's-Hertogenbosch, but at least you tried. We are now on the other side of the country, but we still have not arrived at our destination. But this is our final transfer. We're transferring onto a local train, which viciously murdered a seagull. But the final train didn't take long, and we have arrived at our next destination. And the reason we're here is because of that. This is the Basilica of Saint Agatha and Barbara. It's huge. And even to consider, this is a village, not even a town or city. It's just a small village that has this giant, beautiful church. Maybe the most beautiful church in the country. How? Well, there's a website. VoiceOver will explain a bit while I'll explore the church. Like I said, the website explains in great detail about the history of this basilica, but here's a quick summary. In 1842, a guy named Willem Hellemons became the pastor of the basilica. He became pastor after his pre-studies in Rome. Then during his studies in Rome, Willem got inspired by the beautiful churches in Rome and wanted a similar church in the Netherlands, a similar style. So when he became pastor, he commanded the demolition of the old church and started construction on the new basilica. And for that he hired an architect. And not just any architect. He hired the greatest architect at the time, Sir Pierre Cuypers, who also designed the Amsterdam Central Station and the Amsterdam Rijksmuseum. The church finally completed in 1880, and the front of the church is a complete copy of the St. John Lateran Church in Rome. Just incredible, right? But this is not the only thing that you can visit here in Oudenbosch. There is another thing. The best sausage rolls in the entire country. Two greatest things in the country, the most beautiful church and the best sausage roll in the country. That qualifies already for the best village in the entire country, right? Right? Oudenbosch is also celebrating its 750th birthday, and I swear I remember another city also celebrating its 750th birthday. Bit awkward to film inside, but I got it. They're not freshly baked right this moment, but they were baked today. So they're still fresh. I still count these as fresh. And they had a huge section just for sausage rolls. They're really famous for these. Now back at the train station, which by the way is the second oldest train station in the Netherlands. Later today we're going to visit the oldest train station in the Netherlands. Stay tuned for that.
Not as good as I remembered, but the meat is still very, very good. The dough is alright, but maybe because it's not freshly baked. Try it. But man, the sausage is so good. They season it very well, and it's a really unique taste. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But I believe that they are way better in the morning when they're just out of the oven. So one day I'll just come here at 9 a.m. when they open and eat a freshly baked sausage roll.
Now we're off to our next destination, which lucky me is very close nearby. We are going to the worst rated train station in the entire country. NS publishes a list every year of the best and worst rated train stations in the Netherlands, and Lage Zwaluwe has been rated the worst one for a couple of years in a row. This station got a 4.8 out of 10 rating. So let's find out what makes it the worst in the country. Spoiler alert, there's nothing here.
Welcome to Lage Zwaluwe. This station has been ranked the worst station for a couple of years in a row now. Like actually below a passing grade. Bad. Why? Well, it's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing here. The only way you can access it is by car and a very infrequent bus. And the town, Lage Zwaluwe, is not even closed. It's like 5 kilometers that way. Oh, but I guess the only positive is high-speed trains. I think there's train club. Yeah, that's like the only reason to come here, to see trains go by on the high-speed line. And if you don't believe me, the only 2 passengers are also watching trains on the high-speed line. Now we mentioned high-speed line, I'm getting really jealous. I want to ride on the high-speed line too, specifically with the new 200 kilometers an hour trains from the NS. So let's go to Breda.
Now we're off to Breda, and I got so excited that we are already on the train. After waiting for a delayed Eurostar train from London, we can finally enter the high-speed line. And this is us passing Lage Zwaluwe station at 200 kilometers an hour. And after a couple of minutes going 200 kilometers an hour, we have already arrived at the outskirts of Rotterdam. And after passing Feyenoord Stadium, we have arrived at Rotterdam Central Station, with quite a delay because of the Eurostar. The Central Station is very, very impressive, and the city itself too, but I believe that's already well known, so we're continuing our journey.
Because I had a strict planning and because of the delay, I have to skip the next destination and continue straight to our final destination, as I still want to arrive home before the sun sets. The destination we're skipping are these cute little trains between Gouda and Alphen aan de Rijn. But to make up for it, we quickly make a transfer at another cool station in the Netherlands. Which is the Hague Central Station. This station literally has tram tracks going through the main building, which is really cool. But now we are on to our final destination. While on our journey, we are actually racing another intercity train to Leiden. Unfortunately, their acceleration is better than ours, so they arrive in Leiden before us. After Leiden, we are passing through the tulip fields, and during the season, this is actually a very scenic route. But unfortunately, when I was filming this, it wasn't the season yet. When this cathedral appears in the horizon, it's a sign that we are arriving in Harlem, which has the oldest train station in the Netherlands. And while the station and the city itself are very beautiful, this is still not our final destination, but this is our final transfer, as our next train is going to the beach. That's right, from Amsterdam you have a direct train to the coast. After leaving Haarlem, we're passing through the dunes. Before arriving at the coastal town of Zandvoort. Man, the platform is full. Looks like I wasn't the only one with the idea of going to the beach. And fun fact, to attract more tourists, the municipality actually renamed the beach here to the Amsterdam Beach, while being half an hour away by train from Amsterdam Central Station. But going to the beach by train could not be easier, as it's just a 5-minute walk from the station to the beach.
There we have it. Also have to mention, it's the first real warm day of the year. It's a Saturday, and it's I'm filming this on International Women's Day, the 8th of March. It's busy. It's really busy, and it's just, let me check real quick, 16 degrees Celsius, which is, let me do it in my head, I can do it by hand, like 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my god, I'm such a pro. So it's like 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 16 degrees Celsius. It's busy already. I cannot believe Dutch people. But you know, on this day, I understand.
And this is also the perfect place to reflect on the past. As you guys know, the Metro is going to change video has gone a bit viral and has reached 16,000 views and has, well, for me, skyrocketed the channel to over 500 subscribers, which is huge, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And I wanted to set a goal. Before the summer begins, I wanted to see if it's possible to actually get monetized. So 1,000 subscribers, and 4,000 watch hours. Well, lucky for me, I already have 500 subscribers because of you, and because of the viral video, I already have reached 2,000 watch hours. So to reach that goal, tell me how to improve my videos, as only by improving my videos can I increase the amount of hours watched, as it will be a dream come true to earn money doing the things I love. Thank you guys. Hopefully it turned out how I expected it to be. Walking through sand isn't easy. Ending the video on a sad note. That's unexpected, I never do that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching the video. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!